at this beautiful Dollar Tree chicken pot pie, homemade pie crust. I am super proud of how this one turned out. So I decided that for dinner tonight, I want to make a chicken pot pie. I didn't actually have all of the ingredients, so I just got back from Dollar Tree, and I will be posting a Dollar Tree haul in a separate video, probably in short format, so that you guys can see everything I got and kind of get an idea of the videos I have planned for this week. But I did get the ingredients I need to make a chicken pot pie, and it's kind of a semi-homemade chicken pot pie. But we are gonna get that started for dinner tonight. So I'm going to be making a pie crust. So for that, I'm going to be using all-purpose flour. I'm also going to be using some margarine. It's just the Imperial margarine, and I've already got that in the freezer getting cold so we can make the pie crust. For vegetables, I grabbed a can of diced potatoes and a can of vegetable blend. They do have frozen vegetables, frozen mixed vegetables, but I always find that the peas are just too hard, so I always default to canned. It's not the greatest value at Dollar Tree. If you do get the frozen mixed vegetables, I just find that you have to boil them to soften up the peas, and to me it's not really worth the extra effort. This is my secret to a shortcut chicken pot pie, but this is called chicken a la king, and it's basically the sauce that chicken pot pie is made with. This is similar to cream of chicken soup, except for this is not a condensed soup. This does have chicken and vegetables already in it. It's pre-seasoned. You just use this straight as is, you don't dilute it with anything. For the protein, I'm using 2 packages of spicy chicken nuggets. Pro tip for those of you who don't know, KFC makes their pot pies with leftover fried chicken, usually from earlier in the day or from the day before. So if it works for KFC, it works for us too. So first thing we're gonna work on is actually the pie crust. So starting with the flour, you need 2.5 cups of flour total. And for the pie crust that we're making today, this is a 3-ingredient pie crust. All you need is the flour, margarine, and water, ice water particularly. If you don't want to make a pie crust, don't worry. You can use biscuit dough, you can use crescent rolls, you can buy pre-made pie crust, obviously not at Dollar Tree. If you're strictly limited to Dollar Tree ingredients, then I personally like to use the Bisquick, I think it's Bisquick brand. They're little buttermilk style biscuits and make it that way. But we are going to make a pie crust today. So 2.5 cups of flour, and then to that we're going to add 2 sticks of margarine. To make things easy, you can go ahead and cut your margarine up into little cubes. That'll just make it easier to fold it in later. And the butter, or the margarine or butter, you do want that to be cold. I put mine in the freezer for a minute because it was not quite cold anymore. As cold as you can get it, but not like frozen solid. If you have tools like a food processor or a blender, you can make this process a lot simpler, but I do like to do this by hand. I've been doing it by hand for a long time, and I do have things like food processors and a blender, but for the sake of my videos, I try to keep extra appliances to a minimum, because I try to bear in mind that a lot of people who are on a tight budget don't always have, you know, fancy kitchen gadgets and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're in a hurry, by all means, and you have a food processor, go ahead and use it. If you have one of those fancy little cutting tools, go ahead and use it. All I'm doing is essentially using my fingers and my thumbs and kind of pressing the butter in the flour, just a little bit at a time. You're going for a crumbled texture at the end. Now, once all of your butter is cut in, you're gonna add a 1/2 cup of ice water. And you do want it to be legit ice water. And from here, I like to move to a fork just to make things easier to mix together. And this mixture will look pretty dry. You're still gonna see a lot of flour at the bottom. That is totally fine. That's exactly what you want. So we can go ahead and dump this out onto our clean countertop and start to kind of bring this together. You're not really kneading it here. You're just forming it into a dough. And at this point, you're just checking the consistency. If you need to add more water or more flour, this is your opportunity to do that. But as long as your dough sticks to itself and forms into a dough ball, that is all you need when it comes to a pie crust. I'm just gonna use the same bowl. I'm gonna stick this in the freezer, keep it cold while we prepare the filling. This is also a good opportunity to go ahead and preheat your oven. You can do 400 to 425. I'm going ahead and doing 400. 400 is just kind of my golden temperature. I'm not sure. I always default to 400 for everything. So really this is gonna be kind of dump and go. The only prep work we have to do here is dicing up our little nuggets into bite-sized pieces. These are pretty much thawed. They're still sort of frozen, but we're gonna cut these up into little chunks and set them in a bowl. And from here, we can go ahead and dump in both of our cans of chicken a la king. Also in goes our can of mixed vegetables. This is drained. And our can of diced potatoes, also drained. We can go ahead and mix this all together. So herein lies the ultimate chicken pot pie debate. Are you a top and bottom crust kind of eater or just a top crust? I personally am just a top crust eater. However, I will probably do the bottom crust just for you guys today to see it all come together. Now, I don't have any sort of pie plate. I don't cook pies, so I pretty much never have pie plates. So I am actually going to use my skillet for this, but if you have a pie plate, definitely use that. Time to roll out our pie dough. We're going to lightly flour our surface. Half of the top crust, half of the bottom. Make sure you keep your surface pretty well floured. I'm really glad I'm wearing white today. I think that will be a good size to fit in my skillet. Doesn't really want to cooperate, but that's okay. Just be gentle with it. Just kind of work it in to the folds of the skillet as best as you can. You do want it to kind of hang over the edges a bit, if you can. Mine wasn't quite a circle, but that is also okay, because what we can do is we can kind of pull off some extra, kind of fill in some spots, some gaps. Remember, the best things are just made with love, and they're not always perfect. When we, I make content on YouTube and on TikTok, and particularly when I make TikTok content, it's really easy to think that, everything is always perfect, everything always works out according to plan, because you're only seeing a 3-minute video and it's already after the fact. And even I've had time to think about how I would have done differently, fix my own mistakes. And so I can come to you with a video that's kind of cleaned up already. That's a recipe that's already cleaned up because I've already experienced it and experienced the challenges and what I would have done. But this is the real process which is just a lot of guessing, basically. Here's our bottom pie crust. We can roll out our top as well. The most important thing about the top is that it's just big enough to sit on top of your skillet and fill everything in on the top, which that is probably about perfect. So let me go ahead and get that out of the way. We can finish up our pot pie. It's like the perfect size to fit my cast iron skillet. I'm so excited because, like I said, I never really know going into this how anything is going to turn out, how anything is going to look. Not a clue. I'm just guessing 90% of the time. Okay, perfect. So excited. All right, so from here we're going to go ahead and seal the edges. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not very good at the whole pie crimp thing, but from what I understand, if you have a lot of excess, you cut that off, but I'm not too worried about it. You just kind of fold it under. Kind of merging the two top and bottom pie crust into one. And then from there, I think you just do this. So it's 2 fingers and then a 3rd finger, and you just kind of crimp it around the edges. Again, nothing in life has to be perfect. Cooking doesn't have to be perfect. Do this according to your own preferences. You don't even have to do the whole crimped edge thing. I have to do things a certain way because I make content for the internet, and the internet likes to see pretty things, ultimately. Okay, there is our little skillet pot pie. We can go ahead and cut a couple of slits in it. What the slits do is let it breathe so that it doesn't boil over in the oven. Okay. Now, from here, a lot of people will brush this with an egg wash, but Dollar Tree doesn't sell eggs, so I pretty much don't use eggs whenever I'm making Dollar Tree related cooking content, because I know that the people who shop there are not going to be able to purchase eggs. With that being said, do an egg wash if you want. It's just 1 egg scrambled and then you mix it with some water, brush the top of it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and bake this unbrushed. I'm gonna bake it for, I don't know, 30 minutes maybe. And then if it's not brown, I can brush the top with some melted margarine and brown it just like you would a biscuit. So I'm gonna go and pop this in the oven and I'll be back with you later. So this has been in the oven, 400 degrees, and it's been baking for 30 minutes so far. We're gonna go ahead and brush the top with some melted margarine and then put it back in the oven for an additional 15 minutes. Look at this beautiful Dollar Tree chicken pot pie, homemade pie crust. I am super proud of how this one turned out. We did have a little bit of spillage, leakage out over here on the side, but otherwise it looks contained and it's beautiful and golden brown. I'm gonna let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes to kind of thicken itself back up, and then we will dig in. I am so excited to cut into this. Hopefully it holds together once it's been cut. we go. That's not bad. Oh, it's sticking to my spatula though. All right. I feel like it's always like ambitious to try to like actually get a full slice of chicken pot pie, but it always serves a little bit better with a spoon. I love this chicken a la king. I definitely already know what that tastes like, and I have made this pie crust before. I mean, there's really no surprises here. Like, this isn't gonna be revolutionary, but I just really wanted a chicken pot pie. So the only thing I did differently is the nuggets, but the breading from the nuggets becomes a part of the sauce from the pot pie. Should have a really good flavor to it. Oh, that does have a heat to it. That was good. It's actually really delicious. It does have, it's got a kick from those spicy chicken nuggets. If you don't like spicy chicken nuggets, you can use the Tyson chicken fries that they also have. Those are not spicy, and so if you wanted to use a substitute, you could do that. Or 2 cans of chicken also would not be spicy. I love this though. This is delicious. But I also like spicy, so.